think that I am the only one here. So we'll give it a couple of minutes. Good news is there are some new brake mats coming. And looking forward to that. Bert just informed us today. Sorry for the mess, for those that can see it. 4 people here. I want to make sure I can see the chat here. Aaron, Anthony, konbanwa, Aaron. It is evening. How are we doing? I apologize, I am coming off a bout of the old COVID. So that's pretty fun. I was pretty much on my deathbed, but you know, the Dalai Lama said on my deathbed I will receive eternal consciousness. So I got that going for me. We are doing a 92 card reveal today. Actually, not quite 92. Some of the people in the sub said they wanted to have some blind reveal for their own, so I am not going to review theirs, but since we have a couple people here, I can get started. Matt Fox is the first person on the list, and he actually had 5 cards, and he didn't want them revealed. So you can kind of see what he has, but we are not going to reveal those. And we are going, let's turn off notifications for a minute. And we're starting with Anthony. Anthony, the last sub we had was really, really successful. So here we go. This first card is a Michael Penix yellow refractor autograph. I had mentioned that this had 1 print line vertically and 1 print line horizontally. Small, otherwise I gave it like a 60% shot to gem. I projected this would be a gem, so unfortunately I was wrong. Maybe we can just do it like this. So that was a bummer. Sorry to see that one. 9's not horrible, obviously, but would have preferred better. And then this card was the Tetaroa McMillan. I pulled this for you. You sent me some of those boxes, and we opened this. I said back bottom corners have a slight bit of whitening. It's going to solely depend on how hard they look at the back of the card. Same as above, roughly a 60-40 shot to gem. I said go for it. Why'd you listen to me? God dang it. What up, Big P? So we went 0 for 2 for Anthony, which is a huge stark contrast from the last time. Big time bummer. Really sorry to have that, but hopefully we can get back on the horse, Anthony, and lay some hat in the next one. This is Big Stein's card. I know Big Stein is definitely asleep. So this one was pulled in I believe Bert pulled this, and I said there was a scratch right through the helmet, didn't buff out. There were also 2 light print lines. I thought this one was an uphill battle, but Stein said to sub it anyway, so I thought this would get a 9, and that's exactly what it got. So off to a rough start. J Dom, this card is Bert's. This was actually courtesy of a bet that he won on a Braves versus Mariners series. He beat Dr. Feelgood, who never misses. So Dr. Feelgood bought this hobby box from Cooley Cards, and this is the box that he ended up sending to Bert in the victory, or in his loss, I should say, in his defeat. We all know Gagne never misses. And he definitely didn't miss here. Crazy enough, I thought this card had some bowing on it. and I thought, hey, this is such a big card at the time, at least, that it was going to be an uphill battle. So I was thinking 9 at best, and glad I was wrong on this one. This came in that same box. I thought this card was, I said, small amount of whitening on the back bottom corners. Otherwise, very, very clean. I think it's an easy gem. So naturally, they went with a 9 on me. Very cool card, but bummer. This is Matt Takes and Cards is his Twitter handle here. This was pulled, I believe, by Bert as well. I said one deep print line through the helmet, about an inch long, that I could do nothing with. Everything else is good. I said it's a tough choice. It's a 50-50 shot to gem, but I'm leaning towards a 9. And that is what it got. Walker Martin's pretty tough. You don't see a ton of his stuff, but yeah, 2 oranges in 1 box, pretty solid box. Gagne never misses, so if you have a chance to rob him blind, do it, because it probably has a massive hit in it. The guy does not miss. Bert's in the chat. This is a really cool card. So this card belongs to Fossil. This is one of those City Connect refractors. So this Fossil guy, man. Wegsy, I'm just doing a PSA reveal for the June sub. So anyway, this is Fossils. He bought in, I think, both case breaks that Bert did. And, you know, these City Connect refractors are so rare. And Homeboy hit 2 of them. So here's the Aaron Judge. I thought this one was going to gem, and that's exactly what it did. That is a massively underrated card. What up, Fossil? Massively underrated card, but that is spectacular. Yeah, sorry about the bump there. That is a really, really underrated card that I think not a lot of people are going to know. Just got run up. Water's wet, Aaron. He doesn't swing the bat anymore. He also hit this Shohei. And the Shohei, the only thing about this one, I said it's left heavy on the front, pretty visible with the borders of the card, enough to hurt the grade in my mind. Otherwise, it was pretty clean. I anticipated a 9 on this with a small chance to gem, and they stuck with the 9. Still a ridiculous card. And what a huge name to hit. You can see how thick it is on the left side here. So 9, I think you're pretty happy with the 9 on this one, and that it didn't go lower. But man, it is that's a really nice card. Now we're into Big P. He knows all of his grades here, so these will be no surprise to him. I thought this card was going to be a gem. The Sapphire Selection cards have been huge. Or not huge. These Sapphire Selection cards have been very, very clean. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Have been very clean, and this was no different here. So that's a really nice card for Big P. Notice the numbering on this one. This is a Panini, the National Silver to 25. I said, crazy enough, big scratch along the bottom. I think I brought this card up from an 8 to a 9, but I really believe this card has a tough chance to gem. I thought this card was going to be a 9. So, lo and behold, they overlooked the scratch entirely and threw this one a bone. So that is a huge, huge card. One of the better Panini-looking cards out there. They do a pretty good job of hiding it. The unlicensed feature, I guess, and I think that card is spectacular. Another one for Big P, Taj Bradley. This guy has been otherworldly from everything I've heard. I haven't really been watching too much Rays baseball, and this is a gold shimmy, and I thought this one was very clean, great shot to gem, and that's exactly what it did. Really nice card. Sebastian Walcott, this is a Sapphire base card. I said indent in the back of the card, could kill the grade, but something they just, the back is something they just don't spend that much time on. A little bit OC, didn't hurt the eye appeal, but I thought it has a good shot to gem. I wouldn't have been surprised if this came back a 9, but it did not. It came back a 10. So we're very happy with that. Mason Wynn. This is one of those gladiators of the diamond cards. They said very clean, one small scratch near the bottom right corner, but otherwise it's pristine. Those were my exact words. So I thought it was going to get a 10. So naturally, this one got a 9. Now, I would be, yes, this is a case hit. This is one I would definitely prefer to get a 9 on over some of the other ones that he's gotten so far. So no issue here so far. This is a blue refractor autograph, also for Big P. I said light print line down the side of the card, buffed out a bit, but it's visible in the right light. Kind of feel like this card will be a 9. The true blues just don't look as sharp as some of the other parallels. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Probably still worth the risk. And it definitely was worth the risk. So that's nice. Isaiah Drake. I said 2 print lines running vertically, really only visible from the right angle. Was able to smooth it out a bit. I think this has a good shot to gem. And I was wrong on that one. This one got a 9. Again, not one that you're crying about, especially with the Brock. I'd rather take the Brock than the Drake. So Emmanuel Tejada, this is also for Big P, base auto here. Ding on the back top edge, few light scratches on the front, one of them buffed out almost entirely, one sort of came out. I think it's a definite 9 with like a 25% chance to gem. And it, what up, Drew? I have your cards in queue, by the way, Drew. I've been dealing with my 2 long vacations and bout with COVID, but your cards are coming up. That's big news on those City Connect refractors. So anyway, there's that 9 for Big P. That's a bummer, but we have a base chrome card of Walker Jenkins. This one I thought was pretty dang clean. What up, P Hill? You have some cards in here. I know. I could have, Drew. I could have been spying on your wife when we were in Vegas at the same time, but you took the high road. Anyway, let's go into this. So we have a 10 on this Walker Jenkins Chrome, and then here's a paper Walker Jenkins. I thought this one looked amazing. Very, very good. I expected this to gem, and again, one that you're okay taking a 9 on, but that was a little bit of a bummer because it was very clean. And then here's a Walker Jenkins AI. This is the last card for Big P. I said dimple along the right border and bottom border. Otherwise, I think it looks good. I gave it a 60-40 shot to gem, and it went with the 60%. So let's go. P Hill, ready? Your cards are up. Okay, Mike Collado. This is a red refractor auto. And I said the only issue is a surface imperfection near his belly button. Everything else looked good enough where I say it's a 60-40 shot to gem. I do find that they are harder on reds than other cards for whatever reason. I would say send. And this is one that really bummed me out because it got an 8. You can see it's a little OC to the left there. I have no clue what would have brought this down 2 grades. I'll have to take a look under the scope because that was really quite annoying. Sean Sullivan. Here is a red refractor. This is just a base red refractor, no auto. I said a couple of tiny little scratches that buffed out pretty well, still very minor. I really like the chances of this card to gem. So can we rebound from that stupid 8? We can. Definitely can. So that's a nice step forward. And here's a Grant Taylor red refractor autograph. So on this one, I said a little bit right heavy. Definitely it's noticeable and potentially will affect the grade. Also a bit bottom heavy. Back bottom right corner is slightly worn. A deep print line on the back along with a dimple. A couple of tiny surface imperfections. Has a chance to gem, but I said it would be like a 15 to 20% chance to gem, and it's safely a 9. So that one did end up getting a 9. You can also see how how left heavy it or right heavy it is. You can see that going on there. So pretty happy with the 9 on that one. It definitely wasn't in the cards there. Here's another Grant Taylor. This is an Orange Wave Auto. Same deal, right heavy, left side. Right heavy. Left side is pretty thin. I do think this will hurt the grade, and the surface looks great. Otherwise, I really don't see much gem upside based on the centering issues. And I would say this is safely a 9. And that is what that got. Edinson Paulino. This is a orange refractor autograph. This one had a little bit of ink on the back of the card I was able to take care of, and the card just polished up really nicely. I said, should gem despite one small dimple, one small bubble on the front. And that's exactly what we have here. So we got a nice gem. So we will take that. Cam Fisher. I said slightly left heavy, but not bad enough to hurt the grade. Bottom left corner on the front has some slight wear, but you can really only see it from a certain angle. I think this is a 50-50 shot to gem, but would be worth subbing because the surface is very good. And I got burnt on this one. So you can't, it's a little bit right heavy, or a little bit left heavy, so thin on the right side. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, not just a little bit. That one's a big bummer. I thought that one had a good enough shot, good enough surface to gem. So that one hurts a little bit. Then we have a Cam Fisher gold. Wait. Cam Fisher orange. Did I skip one? Yeah. Okay. Right here, as I said, 2 deep scratches on the front. Not much I could do. Also a scratch through the auto. Nothing I can do with this. Centering and edges are good, but I doubt this has any shot to gem. I would safely land with a 9 with a potential at an 8. Yeah, that's definitely true, Bert. I have started adjusting my standards when I look at them to say if the eye appeal is hurt at all, it's automatic 1 point reduction. But anyway, with this Javier Sonoja, they really hammered this one, and that is disgusting. So I am not a fan of that one. Wife is calling, so I'm gonna go ahead and send that one to voicemail. She can just come home. That one hurts. I'm really bummed about that one. That one is actually the worst card in the whole sub. Granted, it had some surface issues, but I did not foresee them just, dropping this one off a table. So, Cam Fisher orange refractor. Indent on the back of the card near the left edge. Card is clean, otherwise, depending on how they look at the back, this should gem. So, another rebound in the books, because that one did gem. So, happy with that one. And we have a Grant Taylor Gold Wave Auto, since you were going pretty much for the rainbow here. This one's in really good shape, not many issues to worry about. I think this one should gem. And that's exactly what we did here. So that's good. We'll take that one for sure. Okay, so that was the end of Peter's cards. Up and down on that one. Some really nice ones to be happy about, and yeah. So these are for Billy Phipps. He sent a couple of older cards, and honestly, this is one of the cleanest Griffies I ever looked at. I did preface this with him. He had said, I'm looking for a 9 or higher, and I said, wow. This might be the cleanest one of these I've ever seen. I think PSA is so tough on this card, but I think it has real legs to gem. At the very least, it's a 9 for sure. But man, let's ride with this one. How cool would it be to get a gem of this Griffey? Not going to happen today, but this was insanely clean. So I just think they don't hand out 10s for this card very often. And then on the Billy Ripken, he said looking for a 9 or higher. I said ever so slightly right heavy on this card. It's more important than modern. Back bottom right corner has a little bit of wear. You can only see it when looking at the bottom edge of the card. The surface looks good. I think this has a chance, but I would ride with it as a 9. Unfortunately, it got an 8. So, again, they are tough on these older cards. Billy also sent in some Gunner cards. This is a refractor, not an auto. He said he's looking for a 10 and a 10 only. Really think this one should gem. If anything, it's slightly top heavy, but compared to the other PSA 10, it looks well within the standard. And that one got a gem. So that is a nice card to get at this particular juncture in time. So that's a happy win. And then we have a Gunner base chrome. He said looking for a 10. In comparison to the refractor, the top is slightly thinner, but the card is so clean, I really think this should gem. This is Max Aram. I don't know if you've ever watched, if you've ever heard me talk. No, yeah, we've been on Zoom together. I don't know, maybe my voice has changed. Maybe I'm hitting puberty. Do I have a voice for radio, Mark? Would you hire me? I already know my voice kind of sucks. So, anyway, Gunnar Henderson base chrome. This got a 10, so we're happy with that one. And Billy sent in this is going to be a good one for my post-COVID voice. That's what we should say. Little bit nasally, you know. A bit pitchy. No. Okay, LeBron. This is a LeBron rookie card. So we've got, let's see. He said, looking for a 10. And I said, keep in mind, PSA is notoriously tougher on cards like this. Everything has to be perfect. If this was a modern paper, I would think it had a great shot to gem. There are some imperfections that I would normally pass on, but it's not entirely smooth on the front of the card. As a result, conservatively, I thought this card was going to get a 9 with some shot to gem. But again, older cards are tough. And it got a 9. Oh, sorry, it's not a 2000. Oh, yeah, 2003. It's a rookie. Sorry. Yeah, USA flag bearer. So there you go. There you go, Bert. You love LeBron. That's your boy. This was Billy's biggest card he sent. I think no doubt. This is a Wembanyama courtside blue ice. And I said very minor ding on the top edge, more visible when you're looking at the top, when you're looking at the back of the card. There's a very small pinhole on the back of the card, but the front is very clean, and I really like the chance to gem. And that one got a gem. So that was a really, really nice victory there for Billy. And we have an Ellie De La Cruz Bowman Mega Refractor Auto. I said, look, he said, looking for a 10. I said, light scratch through the stomach. I was able to clean it up pretty well. Card should gem. And that one got a gem. This is another Ellie. This is not an auto. This is the Gold Glitter. Gold Glitter. Oh, that he put it in. He typed it in. It's the Gold Mini Diamond Refractor out of Topps Chrome Black. He said, looking for a 10. Back bottom right corner, a bit of wear. I don't think it will be an issue. Back of the card looks considerably better than the other Topps Chrome Blacks cards, which are just scratched to hell. I said that's going to be the only potential thing that knocks it down to a 9, but I think it's worth the shot. I estimate that this will gem. And it did gem, so we're very happy with the gem on this Ellie. Couple more cards for Billy. We have, he said, need 10 on this one. And this is national, this is 10 and 10 only is what he said, sorry. Two small pinholes right above where it says Panini. Almost give it like a smudge look, similarly to the Prism card, which we did not end up grading. I said this is a coin flip if it gems. It's otherwise very clean. I kind of think it would 9. I actually said I thought this one would get a 9, and it got a 10. So that's a good card for a base insert. Very happy with that. Here's a National Pride Anthony Edwards. He said need a 10. Light print line on the back, but I'm not concerned with it. This card is very clean, and I do expect a gem. And that's what it did. That's pretty cool with the Olympics coming up. So we're happy with that one, I would imagine. Are these, I'm not a huge basketball collector. Are these national prides? These are case hits, or these are SPs or something, as far as I'm aware. So I think that's a pretty nice card. And here's a rated rookie base optic. He said need a 10. I said very light scratch. Was able to buff it out. Very sharp card. I think this one should gem. And we got a gem on that one. So a couple nice Anthony Edwards cards to end this sub for Billy. We got a lot more to go though. This card is my card. This was hit in a Cooley card break on Fanatics Live. This was one I actually projected this was going to get a 9, and I actually only threw it in as a way to maybe protect the next card in the sub. This was like a 1-box random break or whatever, and base George Lombard, and it got a 10. I'm kind of happy with that. Not kind of, I'm happy with that. So I'll take that every day of the week. Oops, went too far. Now we're into Big Bob's cards. Big Bob Orban. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should, because you will get all of his, and you'll see in this sub that if he tells you that he likes a player, he invests in them. He's not just, it's not just lip service. So we have an Emmanuel Tejada gold lava refractor. I said 2 tiny bubbles, 1 small print line. I think this card has a very good shot to gem, and I would send this if it were my own personal card. And it got a 10. Ramon Ramirez. So he also has been seen on Twitter pumping up Ramon Ramirez, but he invests. This I've noticed that Ramon has some of the cleanest cards in all of 24 Bowman. I said there are print defects on the, sorry, it appears there are print defects in the Mini Diamonds design. There were 2 of them that I counted on this. I don't think it will hurt the grade, and Ramon Ramirez cards stay being the cleanest ones I've looked at. I think this will gem. And it ended up getting a 9, and I'm starting to think it might have been because of the Mini Diamonds issue. I don't remember exactly where they were. I think it kind of played like a print line almost through the card. So that was a bummer, because that being numbered to 100 would have been really nice. Ramon Ramirez, here's a refractor auto, small scratch on the bottom border, 2 print lines running vertically through the card, all things considered pretty clean. I gave it a 60-40 shot to gem, wouldn't have been surprised with the 9 here, but it got a 10. And another one, this one I said 1 small bubble and 1 small scratch in the helmet. Tough to see though, it should gem, and we got a gem out of it. So we're really hot on Ramon Ramirez cards. I subbed 17 of them, or 18 of them for Bert, and 17 of them came back as gems. So his cards are clean. I will stand by that. Johnny Farmello, gold shimmer refractor. 1 small bubble in the helmet, no major flaws otherwise to note. Only issue is the shimmer lines in the paneling of the card. If the grader is new, they might mark it down. Based on my experience, this should gem. And we got a gem on that one, so that's a nice looking card. And we have another Johnny Farmello. Green Sapphire Auto. I said very, very clean. This should gem. That's all I said, and that's all it did. So that's a nice little team color match, if you will. We like that. Noble Meyer, the pride of Jesuit High School out here in Beaverton, Oregon. Only about an hour, 45 minutes from me. It's my rival high school, the high school that I went to. Everybody in these parts call it the U of J, because it is basically like a university campus. So this is a green sapphire auto of Noble Meyer. and it got a 9. I actually said it was a 50-50 shot because of the centering. You can see the centering's off. I tend to lean 9 because eye appeal is hurt with the overall eye appeal happen. This is one Quinn McDaniel Orange Shimmer Refractor. I said slightly left heavy, light scratch near the bottom right corner. Otherwise, card is quite clean. I think it's a 65% chance to gem and is well worth sending. And I was wrong, which I said a lot more than I have the last few subs. So that one's a bummer. So you live and you learn. And then now we get into the brewer portion of this break. And the only thing I can say going into this is this must have been a Cub fan reviewing these cards. So keep that in mind. Light roller on this Orange Refractor Auto, light roller marks, buffed out a bit. Really only visible when the card is flipped horizontally. I think this card has a great shot to gem. It, of course, did not. Luis Baez. This is a speckle refractor, 1 print line, no issues to worry about. I think this should gem, and it did. Back to the brewer grind. Cooper Pratt Gold Shimmer. I said typical shimmer lines, but otherwise card looks good. Should 10, and it got a 9. Womp womp. Cooper Pratt. Another one, this is a refractor. I said slightly top heavy, small print line on the front through the body, but I think this card has a good shot to gem. And it got a 9. So this guy must hate the Brewers. Luke Adams. This was another guy that Big Bob spent some time propping up, and he has 3 cards in here, I think, of Luke Adams. Maybe just 2. Yeah, just the 2. Very light print line vertically down through the left-hand side of the card. That is the only flaw. I think this card has a 60-40 chance to gem, but I was able to buff it out a bit. And not enough. Not enough. And then we have a Mini Diamonds Refractor Auto. A couple small indents on the back of the card. Small ding on the bottom edge. You can only see it when you're looking at the bottom of the card, meaning when you have it flipped, when you're holding it and just looking directly at the bottom edge. You can all very minor and require significant attention to these parts of the card. I think PSA will overlook this. And with that, this card should gem. And it did not. It definitely did not. So that's a bummer. Randy DeJesus, Gold Refractor Auto. Insanely clean, no issues to note. Would be shocked if this did not gem. So it got a gem. I'm glad I could, when I throw those ones in there, I gotta be careful because sometimes PSA can make me look like an idiot. Noah Miller. Card has very minor defects, but on the whole it looks great. I think this has a great shot to gem, and it did get a gem. So that's pretty nice. And then we had 2 total head scratchers here. Bubble on the right. This is a Blue Refractor Auto, Gabe Rinconis. Bubble on the right shoulder. Card is in really great shape. I think it's a very solid chance at a gem, which is why it got an 8. And almost exactly the same here. Bubble on the right on the bottom left corner this time. Slightly bottom heavy, but the surface and everything else looks good enough. I think this should gem. So it got an 8. So back-to-back predicted 10s and back-to-back realized 8s. So that's pretty brutal. Is Jimmer in the house? Because he was the one who pushed for this heavy for me to do this. And now we're at his cards. So we've got a Colt Emerson Black Sapphire. And with this, he sent me a lot of Black Sapphire in this one. And I said 2 areas with surface imperfections. They didn't entirely buff out, but if you look at it straight on, it isn't totally visible. Unfortunately, they're still there. I think this card has a 40% shot to gem, and I predicted a 9. It got a 9. So can't be too bummed with it. and it's a really nice looking card. But unfortunately, there was not only just physical damage, but emotional damage as well. Braden Taylor, Black Sapphire, light dent on the bottom right corner near the edge. You can only see it at the right angle. Lots of scratches on the front. I was able to buff out a good portion of them, but they're still slightly visible. Small chance at a gem, probably 9 safely though, and it got a 9. So again, can't be too bummed, but obviously would have liked to see it.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Mel.
Now can I watch Roly Poly Roly?
How about I finish this video and then I'll do it. Why don't you say hi to everybody? Just say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
They can't see you right now, but okay. Can you go back and watch your show? And I'll be in there in just a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Nolan McLean. We have a Black Sapphire. This has been the cleanest one of the 3 that I had looked at so far. Still had some small imperfections, but I'd put it about a 60% chance to gem, especially compared to some of the others. Okay, we got a 10 on that one, so we're very, very happy with that. And now into the meat and potatoes of Jimmer's sub. I know those were big cards too, but we got some pretty cool cards coming here. So this is a Pearl Refractor, non-auto Brock Wilken. And here were my exact notes. I'm not sure if this is how 24 Bowman Pearls are, but the only issue is the quote-unquote cloudy appearance on the front that does not buff out at all. It almost looks like there's a film on the card. I guess I'll see on the next card if this is normal, but I think this should gem. If it's not normal, then I think it will 9. Clearly it was normal. You can kind of see it. The picture almost looks blurry, but that is a pretty sweet card. So happy with the 10. Yolan Cespedes, 3 out of the 4 bottom back corners. 3 out of the 4 back corners have some wear. Front has the same cloudy appearance, guessing that's just the Pearl Refractor look. Based on the corners, I think this card will get a 9. And it did get a 9. So, corner damage. Here is a Antonio Anderson autograph Pearl Refractor. This card's very clean. Image is so much sharper than the base cards. I think this card should gem, and that's exactly what it did. So you can kind of see here. Maybe it doesn't really do it justice, but the image is a lot clearer in this one. So we have a Luis Baez Gold Refractor. A couple of small indents in the back of the card. Bottom right corner slightly dinged. This is the only thing I'm concerned with. I think it's likely a 9 because of it, but you never know. And I clearly never know with them because that's a 10. So, okay, we'll live with that. Bryce Matthews Green Grass. Very light scratch on the upper right corner. It buffed out a bit. It's the only issue with the card. I think it's a 50-50 shot to gem. And it gemmed, so we'll take that. We'll take that 10 times out of 10, my friend. Brock Wilken. HTA Choice. 1 small scratch near the nameplate, but otherwise very, very clean. I love the chance of this card to gem. So we stay hot on Brock Wilken cards. And we move into this next one. This is a Refractor auto. Small pinhole on the back, couple of small print lines that buffed out a bit. I think there's a good shot that this card gems. It's in the 70% range in my opinion. And we got a gem on it. Cooper Pratt. Purple. 1 scratch in the body, otherwise very clean card. It buffed out a bit. I put it at 60% chance to gem. It got a 9. I did think this one was going to get a 10, so that one hurts a little bit. Cooper Pratt, Gold Lava. There's 2 of these back to back. Slightly bottom heavy, but no other issues to worry about. I really like the chance that this card will gem, and it got a gem. And here's another one that I threw in. This card is really clean. I would be shocked if it didn't gem. And it gemmed. So 2 for 2 on those. Whew. Those are the ones that you got to sweat about. George Lombard Gold Lava. 2 light scratches that did not entirely come out. I initially thought this was a surefire gem, but as I look closer at it, it's closer to 50-50. I think it's worth sending, but it could be a 9. What up, Rare? I don't got a 10. No Rangers cards in this one. Let's see. Walker Martin Yellow Refractor Auto. Very minor scratch along the top edge, but it blends into the border pretty well. Tough to see. Also a weird black mark on the back of the card that is not ink. It didn't come out. All things considered, clean card. I think it had like a 65% shot to gem in my opinion. And we take the over. God dang it, bumped it again. Okay, another Walker Martin. Here's a mini diamond. Back top right corner has some rounding indent crease issues on the back. But it's minor. Back bottom edge has a small notch in it. You can feel it with your finger. There's a scratch under the auto. Scared to operate on that. But gave it a light go and it didn't help much. All things considered, I think there's a 25% chance at a gem because it presents well, but it's probably a 9. And again, sometimes I just don't know what the hell I'm doing because that one, I mean, you take that every damn day of the week, but why is that one a 10 and why are some of these other ones getting friggin' 8s? I don't know, man. I don't know. Are we gonna freeze here? Jesus, come on. Might have to skip one. This is a Walker Martin Mini Diamond Refractor, another one. And this one's not going to show, but it did get a 10. So here is third Mini Diamond. This one looks way better than the other 2. Very minor flaws, but I expect this one to gem. And this one got a 9. You can't make it up, guys. So we got 2. I predicted 2 9s and a 10 on these, and I got 2 10s and a 9. It completely flipped. Like the 2 I thought would 9 10, the 1 I thought would 10 got a 9.
Now can I
I'm almost done, and then I'll come over. And also, Mama's almost home too. Okay. I just got to finish this. Walker Martin Refractor Auto. This card had some bowing to it. It might be indicative of some creasing, although there are no crease lines that I could see. Surface looks good. I think this one has a good shot to gem and is worth sending. And this one got a gem, so we did really well on these Walker Martins. Now we're into some really fun stuff. We got some Disney. Disney. Here's a Genie Orange Wave. Slightly right heavy. Eye appeal isn't hurt too bad. Back top right corners have some indents, and the back has some roller lines. Front top left corner has a small ding to it. I think this will drop the grade. I gave it about a 40% chance to gem, so I said probably a 9, and that's exactly what it got. You can see a little bit of the centering in it. All right, Zerg. Here's an Orange Wave. I said this one has roller lines on the back. It did not come out. Otherwise, it's really clean, and I feel like this one should gem. And that's exactly what it got. So that's pretty cool. Mulan. Let's get down to business. Because this card is clean. So, I said this one was really clean, and I thought it should gem. And that's exactly what it did. And Peter Pan green. We asked for some magic pixie dust or some flying dust, and we were granted a 10 on this one. The green pan is a good looking card. Tink. She also wanted to fly. I said roller lines on the back, but the green stays clean. Should be a gem. Oh, that's what it is. Defeat the Huns. Ah, I thought it was get some gems. I don't know. That one also got a gem though. So nice little tink action there. The original Tink Hence. Dory. Blue Wave. Team color match. Front top right corner slightly dinged. Back top left corner had some creasing. Back has a print line and some other roller lines. Front surface is good, but I said 50-50 shot, and I predicted this one would get a 9. And we are going to just keep swimming after this one because 9, whatever. And Moana, dark blue, light blue. You know, when you have 2 kids, you got to have the Disney jokes, I guess. So we have some Moana. Can I have some kind of pun here? Do we know the way? We do know the way with this one because it got a 10 notch in the. This one had a small notch in the top edge, but otherwise very clean. Here's a 100-year diamond print line in her hair. This is not. This is the Disney 100 Chrome 2, Chrome Set 2 or whatever the most recent one that came out, not the Kakao ones. Yeah, Disney 100. I said print line in her hair, some roller marks on the back. I think it's a 65 to 70% chance to gem, and we were Voyagers for sure because we found this one at a 10 and we brought it home. Gave us the tree. Now you got coconuts. Last 2 cards. We have a Maui Gold Wave. Front bottom left corner had a slight ding to it. Back bottom right corner showing some creasing. This is the only reason this card might not gem. I think it's a 50-50 shot at this point. But I had a bet with myself that this would gem, and I lost that bet. So that's too bad. It almost looks brown in this one, but it looks more gold in person. And then here's another dark blue, light blue for Maui. It said back corner, back top right corner had some bubbling, similarly to the Gold Wave. If they look at the back, this will 9, but I would roll the dice on this, and I hope one of these 2 will gem, if not both. But I think this one has legs, and it did not have the legs. It sprouted a tree, and we said nuts. So anyway, that's the end of that reveal. 92 cards on this one. I had a 73% where I said it was either going to get the grade it was that I expect, or it got the grade I expected, or higher. It's a little bit lower than my last 2 subs, but this was a much bigger sub. I have kind of this running theory that the bigger the sub, the harder they are on the grades. So 92 cards might be pushing it a little bit. So I'll probably be a little bit smaller in the future to try and preserve some of that. So thank you guys for sticking around. 50 minutes to do this was a grind for sure for some of you who didn't have cards in it. I really do appreciate you watching. And come join a salami break, because if you do hit a card and you want to get it graded with us, there's no, all you do is pay the grading fees. You don't pay any prep fees at all. So come join a grand salami break. We've got some fun stuff on the horizon, and we out ya. Take care.